So what would you, let me ask you guys this question, okay? Going from that last activity to this one, do you feel like anything changed or you guys learned from your experience over there?
Our communication
adapted over here?
What's
that?
Our communication got better.
What, expand on that, what do you mean, John?
I mean, like, instead of just sticking to one plan, we heard everybody's views and decided what was best.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
true. We weren't hearing
instead
each
of
other
just kind of
now.
like going with one person, like over there was kind of one person saying like, this is what we got to do, here's how we're going to do it. And there was a lot of views going on, but you kind of just stuck to the one. This one, you kind of heard everybody out first and felt like, okay, so that sounds like what we're going to do. Or we'll take this part of that plan and this part of that plan and we'll use it here. Good, okay. What else? Do you guys feel like you did anything else? From like this one, from the first one to this one, did you change anything else as a group? What about ladies? How do you feel after this one?
You were important this time. We heard you.
Unison.
We heard everything.
Yeah.
You guys good.
No, they did the most.
Do you feel like your opinion
They did the
was taken more seriously this time?
Seriously, okay.
What do you think?
We're thinking about it.
I mean, we can work on this.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, you feel like it's
It
something you
should
could
be
still work
better.
on?
They'll
as a
get
group?
back on
It
that.
could be better.
Okay.
We're here.
You should have seen your face.
So, what did you, let me ask you guys this question. So from the last activity, the river crossing, to going in the boat here, do you feel like the same people kind of led the group, or was it like a different group of people this time, or what do you think? Same people?
Carlos. The same people.
It's fun. It's cool. We have good relationships. I don't mind listening.
But it's not like someone, like just one person took the decision of what
I mean,
we were going to do. Like, we all constructed a plan, but then one person actually was given the direction. It was better
so
because we cannot all give direction.
Right, exactly, yeah. I feel like there was a lot of that going on with the first one, where you guys were following one plan and listening to one person, but everyone was kind of trying to say how to do it, and here's what we should do. And so it wasn't really like a unified plan. It was kind of like, well, I'm not being listened to, and I've got a good idea, and I've got a good idea, and I'm not being listened to. But there was one person kind of directing it. And here, I feel like that person, those people were listening a little bit more and doing what the group was saying, which was cool to see from the first one, where it was kind of like, well, I'm not being taken seriously. People aren't listening to me. Whereas here, everyone was saying their opinion, and then it was kind of like a group consensus. Everyone was agreeing with what was going on, it was good. It was good to see. One thing I do want to say though, so you guys are a group of leaders essentially, right? So it's kind of hard to put a group of leaders into these activities and expect, like everyone to, like one person to kind of direct it, right? Like why do you guys feel like what is going on in the group? Why do you feel like there, like communication struggled a little bit at times, or there was too many ideas going on?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a moment in which we talked so much that we kind of like to hear each other's thoughts. So that's, I guess, the problem. We're too busy hearing ourselves.
Yeah, so everyone was willing to share, which was awesome, right? Like everyone was willing to say kind of like how they felt like it should be done. But you feel like people weren't listening as much as they should have been, that happens a lot, especially in a group of leaders, right? Like you got so many people who have different, like strong opinions because you guys are leaders, and everyone's kind of saying their opinion and no one's really being heard, right? Because everyone's just kind of saying how they feel like they should do it, and no one's listening to that opinion, right? Or very few are listening, right? So what do you guys like as a group, as your group dynamic, how do you guys feel like you move on from here, and what do you take from these activities? Like what did you guys learn in doing these, and where do we go from here?
Like more team building. Like from all the communication that we ended up doing and ended up getting everything done right, at the end, we stuck to a plan and just follow it through.
Yeah. Good. What happens if a plan fails? Like, what happens if it's not working? What do you guys stick with it? Do you keep trying it, or do you guys, what do you do? Adapt, change it. Okay. Good. Do you want to say something else?
I was gonna say something concerning what you said before. I was gonna say, like, being a leader is not only about giving instructions. It's also knowing how to follow instructions. Because as you said before, we all are leaders here. So if one person gives his idea and the others try to follow that one person. That's how you're gonna come up with a better idea or a better outcome.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, part of being a leader is knowing when to step up and when to step back a little bit, and kind of fill that role of, okay, this is what I'm being told to do. This is where I need to do it. Or maybe sometimes even questioning, like, that doesn't make much sense. Let's look at it from this perspective and understanding when to do that.
So I'm building a little bit more on what Alzai was saying. It's like every person, either a leader, like we all leaders, as you said, and as he said, we leader. Every person as a leader has different skills and talents where they're stronger. So if you know you're reaching a point and that's a point that is more needed, so you know that you gotta stand back and leave the person that has a stronger or the biggest talent or more, stronger skills on that point, on that area. You gotta leave that person to like actually figure out a plan so we can actually follow, even though we can adapt it later.
Yeah. So a really good example of that during this activity. And I'm going to use Amin as an example here. And Amin was trying. Like, he was trying to figure out, like, if this was for him, if he could successfully do it. And he realized, like, you know what, maybe it's not worth the risk. Maybe I'm just going to ask somebody in the group to go across blindfold for me who's comfortable doing it so that I can make sure the group is still successful. So that's a really good example of that. Sometimes that's not always easy to do, right? Like, for me to ask somebody else, hey, can you do this for me? And it's going to disable you in the sense that you can't see where you're going. That's not easy to do. But Amin was able to recognize that and ask Alison, hey, can you go across blindfolded for me so that we can continue moving on with this activity and be successful? So yeah, that's a big thing sometimes for someone to ask somebody to do that for them.
Especially,
right, exactly.
In real life, most of the time, people are scared to ask somebody else to do the task for them because they're gonna think this is a weakness or they're not able to think correctly about the task they have to do. So, which is not correct.
Right, exactly. A good leader knows when to ask for help. That's the big thing is, okay, sometimes, I can handle this myself, and I need to know that. But sometimes I've got to ask, Amin or Alison, or
you're not perfect.
Right, exactly. I need help in this situation, or my group's not going to be successful. So knowing when to ask for help as well, and not seeing it as a weakness and something that I can't do. I just at this time need somebody else in the group to step up to help me. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I mean, what's that?
Can we go quickly before we
No, let's stay.
So lunch again is at 1, and it's almost noon. By the time we get back there, it'll be noon. So I just want to say I had a really good time working with you guys and meeting all of you. And it was a great time. We had a really good time with you.
Thank you.
Take care.